Okay guys, so we just got some massive news from Rec Room. A few hours ago they uploaded a blog on the Rec Room website about company news called Rec Room Update March 2025. There's a long list of things, so I'm just going to get straight into it because this is big. Okay, it says, we are sharing the message we shared with our team today. The only change is a small redaction on proprietary projects in development. All. I have some sad news. Today I made the difficult decision to reduce the size of our team by 16%. Oh my goodness. That is massive. I don't know how many people are on their team, but I'm guessing a lot. So 16% is, oh my goodness, that is a lot. That means parting ways with many friends and colleagues. These are great and very talented people, and this is no reflection on them or their work. This wasn't an easy decision, but ultimately it's one we had to make for the long-term success of Rec Room. So it's good that they think they're gonna have a long road of Rec Room. That is very good. That is good news for us, guys. It means Rec Room might not be dying after all. We'll see. Rec Room's grown far beyond what I could have imagined over the past 9 years. The credit for that success goes to the teams who built things others often thought were impossible, but this decision, the company's position, and our long-term direction are my responsibility. Rec Room is not just a video game, it's a place where millions of people make new friends, express their creativity, and find fun each month. Well, recently, yeah, it's been gone downhill with that stuff, but you know, we're trying to build it back up. It's a community that's larger than many countries. It's a place where people were able to fight loneliness and isolation during some of the hardest times we've seen. Ensuring Rec Room can thrive for years to come is a heavy responsibility, and sometimes living up to that responsibility requires making difficult decisions. I've always tried to be transparent with all of you on what's happening across the business in good times and bad, so I'd like to outline what we are doing for the people who are impacted, why I believe this is necessary now, and our plans for the future. I'm just going to jump straight to the end where they talk about their plans for the future. So here it is. What's next? We have a very unique product. Rec Room spans 10 platforms from phones to consoles to headsets. It has millions of games where you can shoot, fish, race, roleplay, hang out, take care of monsters, battle a clown, or pass a ticking bomb back and forth. Those games are built and enjoyed by millions of players across more than 150 countries each month. That is crazy, I didn't know that. But Rec Room's been an underdog from the start. Gaming startups don't work, there's no market for VR, you can't port that game to console. Phones, forget it, it'll never run. UGC gaming is a fad. In-game creation tools will never be powerful enough to build good games. We're still an underdog now. In the past we overcame underdog odds by staying focused on what matters. Now is the time to focus on a smaller number of high priority areas that let us expand who can create, what they can create, and how that drives our business forward. Ensuring everyone can create equals, I don't know what that says, and I don't know what that says either, will dramatically expand who can create. They are simple enough for anyone to use, they're fast and varied enough to make building fun, and powerful enough to get complex outcomes, worlds, and gameplay. Rooms 2.0, this is the largest bet we've made as a company. Rooms 2.0 is what gets us to bigger, more complex, more reliable rooms that run everywhere. It sets us up for breakthroughs on everything from load times to circuits. Well, I think the main thing is, to be honest, to save Rec Room is to listen to the community. We want more RROs. We want RROs updated. We don't want everything to be so expensive. In my opinion, Rec Room will make more money if things weren't as expensive because more people will spend money. And I want the build your owns and all that stuff banned, and like the low effort games, they're terrible because that's all what's on my feed right now, and has been for the last year or two. So that's what I think should be fixed to fix the game. Rec Room Plus. This is the financial engine of the company. Plus subscribers are by far our most engaged players and creators. We need to put more value into the subscription and do a better job of explaining that value so that subscribing is a no-brainer for any serious Rec Room player. Also, I want the weeklies back. The weeklies were amazing. They were one of the best things because that gets people excited to play the game and to get on and win stuff. So yeah, we need to get back to our startup roots and stay focused on what matters. For all of you here, I know this is one of the toughest days we've had as a company. It will take time for us to regroup and reorganize. The future is always uncertain, but we made these difficult decisions to ensure that Rec Room is in a stronger position moving forward. Thank you for all your help in building Rec Room into a place where anyone can create games and come together regardless of their age, technical knowledge, financial resources, or geographic location. Let's continue to build Nick. I don't know who Nick is, but he seems like a chill guy. The only thing I haven't seen is we're gonna start listening to our community. Which I thought I heard that on someone else's like message or something, or saw it on someone else's message. I'm not sure. But yeah, here's are some other things that were said. How are we helping people who are impacted? Which is the team that they've cut. We're grateful to the people who have worked hard to build Rec Room into what it is. These people have been our friends and colleagues for many years. We recognize this will be a difficult transition for them, but we want to ensure we're giving them all the resources we can to help them with whatever is next for them. We have spoken to all of them directly this morning, and we will be providing them with 3 months of paid severance and 6 months of healthcare premiums. Now that's very good. They will also receive access to outplacement support, including one-on-one assistance with resume writing, cover letter drafting, career coaching, and job interview prep. This will ensure they have the time and resources to find what's next. Many of you have asked if you can reach out and offer support. Yes, you absolutely can. So I recommend, guys, you do, because yeah, it's a tough time for them. Yeah, just show love and support for all of them that have been cut. In my opinion, if any of the old Rec Room staff are watching this, start a YouTube channel. You can make money off it, and the community loves you, of course. My recommendation is make videos, if you have the time, and you know, build something up, because a lot of the Rec Room community knows all of you guys, so we're gonna watch you regardless. But anyways, still be aware that this is a difficult time for them, and they may need some additional time and space. Yes, of course. How did we get here? I think we already know this, but let's just read it anyways. The market has changed dramatically from where it was in the early part of the decade. Gaming market growth has slowed, while higher interest rates and a more challenging fundraising environment make cash harder to come by. As a result, we have to change the way we think about Rec Room's financial strategy. In good times, startups look to raise funding every 18 to 24 months, and that's what we did in the early years. In challenging times, the advice was generally to budget for 3+ years of runaway. So now they're just kind of giving away their strategy, or their old strategy, which is actually very interesting to know. When we last raised money, we budgeted for 5+ years because the economic outlook seemed uncertain for late stage private companies. Now that's very good. It remains uncertain 3 years later. Our current assumption is that we need to become self-sustaining using our current cash and not plan on any future fundraisers. We need to control our own destiny by bringing in more money than we spend. Yes, of course, you can't spend money that you don't have. Layoffs are a last resort, and we took as many preventative actions as we could before reducing our team size. Rather than hire externally, we retrain individuals into new disciplines. Now that's smart. We cut UA spending, we reduced third-party spending by taking some key systems in-house, we made large reductions to our infrastructure spending, which made it much more efficient to run the Rec Room service. We also launched Rec Room onto Nintendo Switch, the game console with the widest installed base in existence. Come to think of it, are there any consoles that Rec Room is not on? It's on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, iPhone, Samsung, VR, PC, yeah, it's on everything. These changes all improved our financial position, but as our largest spend each month goes to people and payroll, they weren't enough on their own. Okay, here we go, what we have learned and how do we change moving forward. Okay, this is actually more. I didn't know this was in here. This is a tough day and we don't want to do this again. I've learned a lot in this process and I'm going to make sure I fix as much as I can based on those learnings. No one can predict the future, but we can learn and improve so we're better prepared for whatever the future throws at us. I've had conversations with many of you about the changes you believe are needed. One clear theme came forward. We all want to move at startup speed, but the organization and our process is getting in the way. We need to look and feel like a startup again. We need to get back to our roots. We've taken missteps over the past few years that pull us away from our startup process and we need to fix them now. Alright, let's see what he says. Flatter organization. As Rec Room the product grew, so too did the organizational structure. There are too many people splitting time between IC work and management. This hybrid role creates too many negatives and not enough positives. It creates more layers of management, a wider group of leads that need to buy off on all decisions, and that means fewer IC hours. It's making us slower and less effective. Moving forward, we're going to create a stronger separation from the IC and the manager role. Be a great IC or be a great manager. Don't try to be both. This will result in a flatter organization with fewer managers, faster decisions, and more time for ICs to dedicate toward building product. Now real quick, let's just search up what is an IC. Individual contributor, meaning an employee who focuses on performing specific tasks and contributing. Okay, so that's what they mean by, instead of splitting, having one person do the multiple things, like they were saying, teaching new techniques or whatever. Smaller cross-functional teams. For the past years, we've been organizing across disciplines or functions horizontally. This has some advantages, but it requires more communication, process, and managers to coordinate. This is how a big company organizes to reduce duplication of effort and consistency in progress. That is not good. It is not how you organize for speed, and it is slowing us down. Exactly. Moving forward, we are redrawing our organizational structure to both flatter and more interdisciplinary vertical teams. Teams will be smaller and will contain devs, designers, artists that will be able to operate more autonomously. This is what the early years of Rec Room looked like. Good. So does that mean more Rec Room Originals and Rec Room Original updates? Hopefully. Scrappier and more efficient. Too often we've been trying to solve problems by spending our way out. When confronted with an obstacle, often our first instinct was to buy software to solve it. So they're just saying that they were lazy. My fault, Rec Room. My fault. I'm kidding. Scale up rather than optimize or hire more people to work around it. For the past few months, as we've focused more on costs, we've shifted back to our scrappier roots. When we've taken the scrappier approach, we built better internal tools than anything we could buy. We were forced to optimize our systems, making them better and more resilient. And we've spent time simplifying and automating our processes rather than throwing people hours at an unoptimized workflow. When we create the right conditions, the resourcefulness and inventiveness of our team is incredibly strong. Let's lean into that. Well, that is the whole blog. It was only made like a few hours ago. I think like 10 AM AEDT or something like that. But yeah, that is the full coverage of it. And yeah, it is very big news for Rec Room. I'm not sure if it's gonna kill Rec Room faster or it's gonna help it grow, but it sounds like a good thing from what I've read. So don't quote me on it, but Rec Room could be coming back. Rec Room could be coming back. Or is this just something they've put out to earn more money and to wreck it even more? We'll see. Hey, we'll see. I'm all for Rec Room being saved now after this coming out. I'm happy. But yeah, only the future can tell. Anyways guys, I just wanted to break all that down for you. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, leave feedback in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.